UK.
Right, that team. Oh, don't mind me. I've got to use my laptop again. I don't know what went on with New Zealand Post last week, but none of my stuff's arrived. So that's fine. But at least we have chat. We have chat this week. Hey, there we go. So don't worry about that. I'll have, honestly, this is just, everyone's still on holiday mode here in New Zealand. Not going to lie. Anyone that's in, is it New York State? Holy shit, you guys look like you're getting some extreme snow while I'm sitting here sweating at 8 o'clock in the morning. But nevertheless, righto, hopefully you're somewhere warm. Hopefully you're somewhere warm. But today, I thought we'll jump into some rate stuff again. I, as I say, doing a little bit of coaching with a few people here and there, really looking at what we need to be doing in terms of our preparation, and then in terms of like our output, okay, and getting the understanding of what output actually means. Okay, now I know you'll be like, yeah, but I'm just going to work hard. Yeah, of course we're working hard. But as we ideally all of this stuff around here, that 20 to 24, we want to be getting into a nice rhythm, finding that sequence of our stroke and the way that we're doing it. Okay, the engagement around the front, the smoothness around the front, the really nice hang that we can create with these arms, right through the body, and then just let that body extend right through that stroke. Okay, understanding that we don't need to have that really hard like catch here. We want to have that take up period, but then through that middle, when we're using this and this together, that part there is right through the middle is where we create our speed. Okay. And so when we start off today, we'll really work on that through this early part to allow ourselves to get that compression, just letting that body naturally get up to this point, just rolling in, okay, and then using that time period there to just get that sit back through the stroke. And then once we get that and we've got a good rhythm of that going and it's on repeat, right, we're just rolling through, nice rhythm, time and time again, that consistent motion. Okay, when we start to increase that rating, then all we're trying to do is just move quicker. Okay, accelerate the body a little bit faster. Yes, naturally we're going to use a little bit more energy on our legs, okay, and the body to create that stroke. Okay, and if we get that right, then we should see good numbers on screen. We should try and because we're not focused on, I need to make this machine move, we should still be reasonably relaxed so we don't get into this, we don't start to grab it at the front, we don't start to try and add that extra piece at the finish. We just get into a really nice, consistent rhythm. The speed goes quicker. We understand that flywheel is now moving faster, and then all we're trying to do is maintain that extra pace that we've created on the machine, and we're just going to tap it along at that higher speed. Okay, so as you can see, just slightly different in the end of this, where we're sort of going to do 4 minutes at each of these segments in the middle. Okay, which is reasonably like a good time, rather than jumping through those 2 minutes that we sort of normally do. So we've got a bit of time at that 22 and a bit of time at that 24. And then when we get into that last one, we go through that 22, 24, 26. And then when we get up to that last, we're going to go those last 2 minutes, we're going to increase that speed. Okay. And so when we get up to this, we've got all of this to do, which is going to set ourselves up for this last session, the last set. Okay. When we work ourselves up to that, then when we get into this, we're going to be a bit tired. We're going to just look to increase the pace of our stroke, okay? And the focus I want to be is more of an accelerated stroke than it is working harder stroke, okay? Just accelerate the legs, get a bit more speed in the body, feel that inertia around the finish, okay? Let that machine draw us forward. We're going to tap it along. We're going to go quicker, and we're going to see sort of what sort of speed we can start to achieve up here, okay? It's 2 minutes at reasonably high rate, that 28:30, but we just want to move that machine quicker and get it up to that pace, okay? So that's us. Just going to check that I've locked my door so that my son doesn't come rolling through halfway through the session. Oh, yeah, that was lucky. Crikey, good on you, Zach. So let's rock and roll, okay? Let's rock and roll. Jump on. Let's get a little bit of warm-up sorted. Getting ourselves into a nice, easy rhythm. Nice and relaxed, okay? As I've talked about before when we start in this warm-up, just be natural with it, okay? Depending if you're a person like me that, I feel quite tight down through here as I start off. Takes a little bit of time. Once I get through, a couple of minutes, I will feel that I've got myself and my body into the position that I'm after, okay? But it does take that period of time to get loose, to get forward, to allow that body to start getting a little bit more comfortable in this position that I'm after, okay? And at the same time, just letting these ankles, letting these feet compress, okay? Naturally, just come up. So as the seat gets closer and closer, we're not trying to hold our feet flat. We're not trying to feel tension down through our calf muscles into those Achilles. We're just really letting ourselves roll into this position, okay? I think that's one of the keys, is that when we come forward, I know that when we start on the machine, and depending your experience level, okay, it's very easy to get into these motions, the setup process, which we obviously want people to understand, okay? There is a process, we have to get forward, we have to bring this body, we have to come forward in a nice posture. But as we get more experienced, we want to be able to mold that all together into this one motion, still holding the process, right? You'll never see me do this, okay? But you'll also not see me go and make it sort of a two-stage where there's definite breaks in what we're doing, okay? We have to roll smooth, supple, okay? When these knees break, they're nice and easy, okay? We don't have to have this jerkiness. And this is all about the fluidity, that sequence of the stroke, where we can just roll with the motion. Yes, we are still getting our body into a position so that when we're out the front, we're nice and strong. I don't like using the word strong, but in a comfortable position that allows us to be firm, okay? Allows us to be in a position where we're not sort of hunched over, okay? But we also don't need to be super rigid, because rigidity leads us up into here, leads us to having probably a bit too hard on the handles, that type of thing. And it really is this motion of flow, okay? So yeah, still get into structure and posture at the front, where we have engagement of the core, we have engagement in the lower back, down through the legs, into the hips, okay? Because at some point we have to, there's that momentary pause at the front, right there, where we're changing directions, okay? But we want to make that as fluid as we can around that front, okay? And so as we just continue rolling, we're still getting this set up, but everything is smooth, fluid. Allows us to comfortably roll into the front. And that is one thing, right? If we feel that we're getting to the front and we're like, oh, I don't know, I feel a bit tight, do you need to drop the feet? Do you need a little bit more comfort? Do you need to put a little towel or a seat pad on that then allows you to feel like it's not so tight in the legs, okay? Or are you actually trying to overreach it a little bit? Is your natural compression like just to here, okay? So feel that with the body, especially in this warm up as we go through, getting ourselves into that position. Nice, smooth, continuous motion, okay? Really good, okay? Boom, that's enough, plenty enough. Tell you what, it's good to see the chat, very good to see the chat. Okay, so we can see what we're doing. We'll run through each one as we go, plenty of rest, okay? Focus on what you need to do, okay? End of the day, we're trying to find your potential. We're trying to put you in the best possible position with the feeling, with the process, okay, with your fitness, getting ourselves to a level where you can be happy and content and say, you know what, I feel like I'm doing this pretty well. I'm tapping this flywheel. I'm maintaining speeds very well. I'm fluctuating by 5 or 6 splits. I don't know, right? But I'm not jumping from 220, 210 and back up and doing all of this. I'm finding a nice, consistent pace where I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to see if I can target just a small up and down. Now, we're going to get that change, don't get me wrong, okay? And it's one thing I'd like to say as well is that I know everybody has their own preferences on numbers and what they see on the screen, the units, right? Calories, watts, per 500s, whatever it is. And the easiest one to start with, okay, is per 500s because you're not going to get a huge jump, okay? If we go on to watts, every single stroke, you're going to get a different number, okay? Calories, very much the same. Every stroke, different number. This, fucking this, and this, right? Whereas if you've got a 500, it generally stays pretty consistent, or it might jump between 212, 211, 213, 210, 211, 212. Okay, it's only 1 or 2 numbers, okay? So anyone starting out, or if anyone that's like, oh, I hate seeing too much bounce on the screen, just keep it on that 500, right? And I think it could be a good place to start, to get that consistency, to get an understanding, because at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people in the chat have got a lot of experience here. People know what numbers they hit because they're on the rowing machine. They're like, I know what I hit at 20. I know what I hit at 22. I know where I get to my sweet spot. You know, I know what my max is for this. Okay, and it's getting that understanding together that allows you to know, actually, I'm actually holding a better number than I normally do. So whatever I'm doing is better. Okay, so that understanding is something that we want to keep ingraining into ourselves. I still get that understanding, right? I'm still working on it every single time. I've been doing it for years, okay, to see what I hit, maintain it, whether I'm off, what is it? Could be I'm tired, didn't sleep well, whatever. Or actually, I feel real good. It's a Monday morning. Yeah, I had a rest day, you know, whatever. So that's what we need to understand in ourselves as well. Okay, right, chit-chat's over. Let's go. Let's get into the work. Let's jump on, select workout, new workout, intervals time. Okay, take that time up to that 8 minutes. Take that set time to the 1. Leave it flashing, okay, just so that we all get on the same page. Quick drink, wipe the sweat, or chuck on another layer if you're buddy in all that snow that's forming over in the US. Turn the heater up a bit. And let's rock and roll, okay? Nice and ready. Let's press that checkbox. Let's jump in. 4 minutes at 20. Free it up. 4 minutes at 22. Job done. Okay, first set. Let's focus on this first set. Get ourselves in a nice position. Nice and relaxed. Right, here we go. Are you ready? Attention. Go. Okay, so let's just build into this. Let's get ourselves on a nice plane, okay? Nice plane in terms of the flatness of our stroke, but also a consistency. We can see the rating in our top corner. Doesn't matter if it jumps around a bit. This is a guide. If we keep one parameter very well, which is and stable, which is what we use with the rating, then our numbers on the screen are then dictated by us, our process, our rhythm, okay? Let's get into this groove, back and forward, okay? Nice smooth rhythm around the finish. Want to have these nice flat draw. One speed forward, okay? If you watch me, I'm getting the setup process, and then I'm trying to feel my seat roll in at one pace, okay? One speed. Have a look, have a feel. It starts to decelerate once the legs get in the way around the front, which is obvious, but I'm getting my body setting and coming into that compression, okay? There. Nice. Think about these arms being nice and long, feeling the stretch from here, okay? We don't want to feel the stretch like that. We want to feel the stretch like this. That means that our arms are just going to hang out the front when we start to open out that body. Okay, we don't have a temptation to do this or try and make it feel strong. If we can really feel like we just leave the arms out, we've got connection through the body, and then we just open ourselves out. The body's is creating that speed through the middle. Okay? Now let's just free it up. 22. Okay? It's all the movements. Just a fraction quicker. Nice. Rolling into the front. Smooth. Supple. Really good. Okay, nice. So just breathe into this. Working on the setup. Allowing that speed into the front. Smooth.
Feel the body putting the brakes on into here. Okay, the body's what stops us at the front, not us having to stop at a position. Just let ourselves roll till we can't roll anymore. That's us, that's your length. Okay, means we don't have to think about it, naturally happens. Okay, really good. Okay, as we come around the front, remember, take up period right there. Doesn't have to be like that. Okay, we don't have to feel like we have to hit the front. It's through the whole stroke. There, where we create the speed, the motion, the acceleration. Arms out long, leave them out the front. Okay, really good. Focus your rhythm. Look at your numbers. You can see on screen the effects that you're having are right there. Instant feedback. Okay? Hang. Sit back. Listen to your machine as well. It tells us a lot about what we're doing. Good. Okay? Pretty simple. She's gonna be a hot one. Okay, nice. Nice start. Okay, really look like I'm puffing, right? I'm working. But I'm really trying to be as loose and relaxed and elastic as possible, okay? Elasticity. I can't stress how much when we're loose, we've got, been able to have take up, not tension there, how much the just those little bits and pieces with the body allow us to be loose rather than to be tense. Nice and loose. Right, here we go. So 2 minutes at 20. So we get the ability here now to just go back a little bit. Patience, just a little bit more time, okay? 20, especially in this workout. Process, okay? Feel the knees. Feel the finish with the hands, okay? Are we stopping? Are they quick? Or are they nice, moving one speed? We get this nice setup, to roll into our position. It then allows us to have the best possible position to be able to work from, okay? If we're here, okay, we're just losing potential, okay? And I hope that every time I say that losing potential, doesn't mean that you're doing it, you're not working hard, you're not trying, but we're just not quite able to get to where we want. We might be half a second, we might be 1 second off what we could be achieving, okay? Nice and loose, okay? Remember, think about your hands, especially on the recovery. If we're tense like this, we've got tension in the elbows, arms. Maybe we need to think about letting the handle, feeling it a little bit more, okay? Right, 22. Now, small adjustment. All round movement speed, 5%. Good. That's it, right? And I've just moved up in pace, both in rating and in speed, because we've added 2 strokes a minute. Identify that. Okay, nice and stable. Feel the feet as we roll in. When the body is putting the brakes on at the front, what's happening to the feet? Can you feel the balls of your feet onto the shoe, onto the foot plate? Okay? That's us naturally loading. Don't have to think about loading. It's all happening for us. And then as we unravel the body with the hand, we can feel that pressure in the feet as we push that body open. Okay? It is a hard thing to get right without, a bit too much body. It's not bad. Okay? I prefer that over more of a disjointed slide push. Okay? If we're pushing that body, we can feel the hang under here, not up in here. All about the points of feeling. And as we're pushing, we don't have to think about bringing the body. The body comes back with the drive. Okay, good. Remember, we get everything right here at these ratings. Then when we speed it up, all we're doing is just moving quicker, tapping it along, breathing, trying to stay relaxed. But we've got the base structure there, which allows us to get closer to that potential. Okay? Nice rhythm here. Remember, breathe. Try and stay loose. We're going to have tension on the drive, relaxation on the recovery. Up to. Now, for that 5 to 10%, again, listen, to the flywheel. Move quicker, but stay loose. Hand speed around the finish. Nice. Okay, we're going to be rolling quicker into the front. We can feel ourselves putting the brakes on and really looking for that smooth change in direction. Okay, take up through the stroke, through the middle. Okay, breathe. Remember, we've got the flywheel to a certain speed. Tap it along. Don't try and work harder. Try and maintain what we've created. Good. Hands, supple knees on this recovery. Lovely. Okay, real good. So keep rolling it out. Keep moving, keep breathing. Okay, really good. So you'll notice, especially what I was saying at the end, when we get up in that rate, we've now got the flywheel moving quicker. Okay, we've used that extra pace with the hands, that extra speed coming forward, that little bit of extra pace on the leg acceleration. That's what's given us the speed. Okay, we haven't all of a sudden gone, gotta work harder. We've moved quicker and we've kept the same sort of intensity that we're doing, but we're just really moving with the machine. Okay, so we're doing a very similar one again here, just a little bit higher rate. Here we go. Now, okay, so we're now starting to get into some of the good work area of our piece, of our workout. Start here by just moving, getting our rating first, our movement speeds, and then start thinking about output, okay? Hang with me, stay loose. We want to start how we finish, okay? We want to finish how we start. With loose relaxation. Supple bodies. Remember, when we come forward, yes, we're moving our body. We've got a sequence on the way forward. We shouldn't feel like it has to be hard, okay? It should be loose. This is the ratio. Work, relax. Work, relax. If we're work, 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 okay, we're gonna burn out. We're not gonna make it. Especially when we do high rate, high pace. We've got that momentary relaxation. 24. Now, Just like if you're running, swimming. We're not working the whole time. These parts of our stroke, of our stride, where we're trying to let what we've created help us get to the next part. Okay? So let's really focus in here at this 24. Hang with me. Around the front. We've still got this one speed. Into the catch. Roll. Body puts the brakes on. And we're prepared by the time we get there. Okay? Don't have to be there, but also don't want to be reaching to the catch. As we're coming forward. There. And press. Bodies. Stretch under the armpits. Lats. Okay, good. Smooth take up. No hit. Okay? Patience out. Drive through the middle. Good. Okay? Halfway on this 24. Breathe. Smooth. No jerkiness. Patience. Okay? Next 30 seconds. Listen to your flywheel. Creation through the stroke. Okay? Good. Now, all we're trying to do, maintain that, okay? It's still moving quick. Around the front. Nice. Okay? Hang. Motion through the drive. Legs. Drive that body back. Good. Okay? Right, free it up. 26. Now, don't work harder. Move quicker. Okay? More acceleration. Hand speed. Stay loose. Breathe with me. Hand speed round the finish. Speed in, speed out. Nice. Okay, relax the face. 26 strokes. Hang. feel the hands and the feet the feet and the seat right there through the drive. Nice. Good. Hold this. Good. Okay. Nice. Okay. Breathe it out. Okay. We're starting to work. Okay. We're starting to work, but evaluate it yourself. How do you feel like you're going? Do you feel like when we're increasing this pace of the hands to get the rating, that you're getting bang for your buck? Okay. Are we missing a bit? We're trying to work too hard. Let's focus on that for this last piece, okay? We're just going to build this one through. We're going to tap it along right to the finish, okay? Here we go. 22, 24, 26 for 2 minutes at each one. And then we're going to free it up for those last minute at 28, minute at 30. Now, if that's a bit high for you, maintain 26. Okay, tap it along and get comfortable. Otherwise, do what we've been doing. Freedom of movement. Find a little bit more speed. And then maintain. Okay? This is all going to be about when we get the speed, tap along, tap along, tap along. Okay? Okay, nice and loose here. Feel the smooth push. Take up around the front. Hang. Excuse me. Feel it. Nice, easy created rhythm. Good. Okay? Brush the body with the hands. Remember, we don't need to be hitting. Our arms aren't strong enough to create any speed, but they can hold what we create. Okay? Free it up now. Nice. There it is. Okay, feel how smooth you can make it. Think about it. Have I increased the speed of the flywheel? Yes. So now what am I doing? Maintaining it. Supple. Good. Compress. One speed with the seat coming forward. Good. Soft knees, especially around the finish. There's a difference between straight and locked right out. Good. Nice and good structure with the body here. Okay. Don't need to be too rigid. Good posture. Okay. Which allows us to have a good drive, not slump. Doesn't matter. There's natural curve. Okay. Up 2 now. Take a few to get it up. Hand speed. Hey, remember, legs should feel faster, not slower and heavier. Good. Okay. Breathe with me. Hang long. Good. Elastic arms. Smooth take up. Remembering, peak is until the middle. So there's no point in being real heavy off the catch. Yes, connected, controlled. Through the stroke. Sit back. Body swing. Okay. Open the mouth. Breathe. Right, up 2. Now, move quicker. That's it. Now sit back in this rhythm. Don't work hard. Work smart. Flywheel. Good. Long arms with me. Breathe. Relax the face. No tension in the shoulders. Up 2. Now, build. Build. Elastic length. Hey, breathe. Stay relaxed. Flywheel speed. Good. That's it. Maintain. 15 strokes. Count them down. Pick up. 10 more. Tap. Loose. You beauty. Okay, good. Tell you what, she hot. Okay, remember, pedal it out. Nice and relaxed. Just moving, okay? Getting our breathing under control. Don't need to be putting in any pressure, okay? We're only stimulating the muscles to move so that we get blood and oxygen back to them. Okay, reset your menus. It's going to save it into your workout. You can go back and have a look. But we'll spend the next 3 or 4 minutes here just taking our time, okay? Getting our cells back under control. Okay, reflecting, self-reflection. Was that a wise idea this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever it is? Yes, it was. Okay, but let's just keep moving. Trust me, in a minute or so, you'll feel a lot better. Time for a drink. There'll be some serious water going down after this. It's lucky on my screen you can't see the Murray River down below. Okay, so let's be a little bit more active in our recovery. Okay, what does that mean? Let's just follow our process. Let's think about the way that our hands are moving. That natural stretch with the recoil of this chain. Supple knees. Okay, feel the chain with our hands connected, drawing us back into that front. Okay, we don't have to be strict on the turnaround, especially in this. That's probably why we'll get a bit more of a pause there at the catch. Okay, but slowly feel that deceleration. Okay, right there. And then feel how smoothly we can hang there. Okay, without any upwards, too much hit. We want to be hung nice and long. Okay, that handle on that plane. Okay, it's always a dead giveaway if we're doing things and the chain goes up a bit. Okay, if you watch that gap between the top of the housing and the chain, even on the drive like now, it comes in, I don't know, it might be 2/3, 3/4 of the way up, don't know, wherever you are. But if it all of a sudden goes up higher and nearly gets to the top, it means that we're probably either lifting a bit, hands are coming up high, rather than it being nice and flat through here, okay? There's lots of different things that we can look at on the machine, right? Cause and effect. Is that the butterfly effect? Slightly different. But if we lift, chain goes up, okay? Do it there. Have a look at it. Lift, chain goes up, okay? Flat, chain stays low. Okay, really good tool to use while you're going along. Yes, we're normally focused like this, but there's no reason why when we're doing things we shouldn't look at that, at this, okay? Even at our arms, go, do I feel this? Whatever, okay? There's a whole bunch of different bits and pieces in the stroke that we can be looking at, because at the end of the day, without anyone beside you the whole time, it is very much a self-coaching, self-analysis of what we're doing here on the machine. Because, as I say, we could have mirrors, we can film ourselves, which is an absolutely fabulous tool, okay, to be able to do. But it just gives us an idea. But if we can identify that idea, right? If we can identify what we're doing and what it's affecting, okay, what are we doing? We're pulling ourselves back into this potential ball, okay? And that's all we're trying to do, remember, okay? I'm giving you tips, I'm advice, motivating, whatever, but your potential ball is like this, okay? It's tight. This is it. This is your absolute zero, right? But we're all out about here. Okay, sometimes we get to here, sometimes we do this, right? It pulses because we have good strokes, bad strokes, not as good. I shouldn't say bad strokes, not as good. But ideally, what we're trying to do is this is your potential ball, which is your time, your personal best, and everything else. And if we can make that more compact, more compressed, then ideally we go faster. Okay, it's a great way of looking at it. But everything we do outside of that, okay, we can't sit like this all the time. We need to be trying things. We need to be working on things, which then, instead of this doing this and pulsating way the hell out here, it's just doing this here, okay? So we're closer and closer and closer all the time to our potential, because that's all that an elite athlete does, right? You won't find an elite athlete that, okay, round numbers here, and I'll tell you, we're trying to sit 145 for an hour, 20 to 22. Okay, you don't see too many elite athletes one day do 150 because they'll be like, there's something wrong. Okay, they know it could be 146, could be 146 and a half, could be 144 and a half, right? But that there, see, it's only seconds. It's only one half split, two splits. It's the difference at the very top level. Okay, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to take our 5 or 6 or 7, whatever the hell it is, and bring it as closer and closer together as we possibly can for you. Okay, and what you can do. Okay, sorry, I'm on the laptop, but I'll see all the chat down the side. Happy New Year. Thanks, Ahmed. Where are we? First one, Gramps. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Good on you, Gramps. Get in there, pal. Eric, could you call out the split time periodically? Would be nice to feel where you're at, Chris. 0. I'm at 0, Chris. No, honestly, the one thing is, Chris, and I get it all the time. Everyone's like, what's your numbers? What's your numbers? I'm like, don't worry about my numbers. You worry about your numbers, okay? Yes, everyone wants to know what I'm doing. Let's just say when we're down under here, I'm pushing, 140s or maybe a bit less, okay? But that's getting right out there, okay? And I'll tell you what, I'm pretty died after that one. But hey, look, almost zone 2 at the end of interval 3. High zone 2, awesome. Yep, brilliant. Quick question for the group. When you talk to Eric during the session, what do you say? Oh, yeah. I was going to say, Robro, you'd be swearing at me, wouldn't you, pal? Yeah, I want you to be. And the thing is, which was great about this chat, and I like, is that you can ask me questions and you can say, I don't quite understand this, right? I don't quite understand what you mean by, the accordion style at the front, or the patience, what are you trying to feel? And this is what it's about, because I know what I'm doing. I've done it for many, many years, and I think I've got it pretty well. But then it's trying to input that into you, into your feelings, okay? And that's what it's all about. What did I say? Well, great idea regarding the chain position in the housing. I never thought that. Thanks, Eric. Yeah. Well, that's it, Chris, and that's one thing. Ideally, there's all of these little bits and pieces that at the end of the day, we're trying to get the little nuggets that allow you to take away, so that when you're riding along, as I said before in that whole spiel, you're the only one that's doing it, right? You're in your garage, you're outside, you're in a little gym, you're in front of the TV, I don't know, okay? But you're the only one that can get a feeling for what you're feeling, okay? And without having a camera looking at you and you seeing it in the screen in front of you, which is a good idea, actually. You do it yourself. Private YouTube page, one there, one on the laptop. You can actually see it. I can see it. The problem is there's about a 15-second delay. So, whatever. But little bits, little feelings, like what does it feel like? Does it feel like at the front that there's like or does it feel smooth and then it feels right through the middle? Listening to the machine is an absolute key, because if you can hear it increase in pace through the middle, it's a definite sign. And if it's a definite, right? But if it's like it means probably it's a bit quick at the front, which means you might not necessarily get it through the middle, or it might be slow and then it whiz, So that's the whole thing, is listening, looking, feeling, okay? All our senses are the things that can make us better, okay, on this machine. Okay, very serious business. Yep, you bloody know it too, boys and girls. Right. Okay, first live stream done. Thanks, Clint. Yeah, perfect. Okay, hope you enjoyed it. There's about 3 years worth of live streams. You can go back and do it any other time too. Okay, every day. You do another one every day. But there's a lot. Okay, And I know we cover the majority of things, but I feel like we're still learning. We're still covering different topics, and that's one of the things as well. And as I said last week, if you try to write down all the things that you need to think of when you're in a rowing stroke, you'll have a page of writing, okay? You'll have a page of writing. Trust me, I know it, okay? And you can't think about it all at the same time. And that's why for 20 seconds here or 30 seconds here, we just think about this, right? There. Oh, that's a nice motion. Oh, that's a nice motion. And even though you try not to forget about the other stuff that's going on, it's just this, right? And then you'll be like, okay, now I need to think about nice supple knee break. Okay, nice supple knee break. Bang, we've done 10 strokes, that's 30 seconds. And you'll be like, oh, shit. Oh, and you're covering all these bits and pieces. But as you work on it and you do that bit and then you do that bit and that bit, and then you go back to this and then you combine it with that, and you'll be like, yeah, that's nice, into the front. Boom. Now you're doing that part of the stroke. So there's just so much to think about, but at the same time, remember, get that feeling. Try and ingrain the feeling when it's good, knowing that this is giving you feedback on what you're doing. So if you go, yeah, I'm going to really feel my body through the middle, woof, right? And then you come to the next stroke and you do it again, and you go from 215 to 213, you'll be like, beautiful, okay? That is making me better, okay? And then it's maintaining it, and it comes off. You're like, oh, go back, let me think about that again, okay? But that's a great thing, okay? And remember, at the same time, we want to enjoy ourselves, okay? We want to use this as a tool for multiple reasons: health and fitness, accountability, motivation, to get better, to compete on, to set targets, to set records in your age group, your weight category, set whatever, okay? Perfect. And that's what I'm here to try and do, to really help you guys achieve that, okay? So thanks, everyone. Yeah, we'll probably be the same time next week. As I said, I've got to wait till the boy goes back to school, figure a few things out. But until then, keep up good work. I'm going to get a mop because it's a bit wet down here. So stay safe. Keep up the good work. Remember, recover well, rest well, keep doing your thing, experiment, change the feet height, change the drag, do all that sort of stuff. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's here for, okay? I think next week we might do some power stroke stuff, okay? Really look at a bit of bits and pieces with that. I think the power strokes will be a really good exercise, not only for the fact that we're going to increase that resistance, but because we're going to be increasing that resistance, I think that we can really try and focus on how we're creating that drive, okay? Because at the end of the day, once you increase that resistance, it does feel heavier. But we don't want to feel heavier in terms of I'm trying to make it, whatever. We've still we want to use that resistance to hold that body position, but it's just going to feel a little bit harder, which is then going to work that position that we want, that hang underneath these armpits, to get that body coming through, okay, which then we take away. We do it by ourselves every other week or once a week, whatever, which then makes us stronger in that position, gives us better numbers in that position, makes us faster, makes us happier, okay? That's it. Okay, perfect. Thanks, team. All the best. No worries. And, yeah, as I say, we'll catch you guys here next week. Any questions? slide into the DMs, Instagram, whatever. But keep up the good work. Okay. So thanks from me and the Sensei team, and we'll see you guys here next time. I'm going for a shower. Beautiful. Thanks, team.